Hello, Commander. We are here in this Guardian structure and with our honorable research vessel, you already know, the ERS organ. And well, I'm going to show you something that nobody talked about before and it's been ignored since the Guardians were launched. And today I'm going to explain you a little bit about it. Yeah, I was in a situation very much like this in darkness, and this color red would still be noticeable even in the shadow. So I started to wonder, well, I never noticed this red. Is every site red as well? And it was 2 years ago. I kept on looking into this feature and I discovered quite a few things, quite a few interesting things that I will be sharing with you here in this video. So follow me on this. My first motivation was I feel very disturbed by patterns I cannot explain or cannot make sense of. And I also like colors a lot. And this thing right here caught my attention and kept me hooked in the game for the majority of the time I've been playing ever since. I already told you 2 years, so as you can see, this is a ground panel. It's a big thing. We know what everything else in the site does except this ground panel. And as you can see here, I need you to know this and keep this in mind. This one is red. And quite a beautiful red, actually, if you look. It's almost entirely red, right? Very beautiful. So let me show you a little more about it throughout this site. No matter where we go on this site, if we find these ground panels, they will be red. Always red. And these panels are generally closer to the obelisks or other active structures, such as the pylons and the data terminal. It's not just decoration, they are in specific locations, both in all types of ruins and almost all types of structures. But there's an exception that is the data terminal. It has a circuitry, a board as well, even with some markings, but those are colorless. They are just metallic. They are activated by they are activated by relics, right? I guess at this point you've been here and you know how this works. So, well, now that you know that the entire site has this beautiful red color. I'm going to board Orgon and take you to another site, another system, to show you what else I did find. I have some problems with my brakes. So let me give you a locational context where we are, that is. It's the Sinuf EN-H D11-29 system. This is the body 6 Bravo. There is only one guardian structure here. And I'm going to use the magic of faster than light editing to take you to the next site, so hang in there for a second. Okay, here we are in the Col 173 sector, KYQ D547 system. It's the body 9B, sorry, 9A, and as you can see it has 2 ruins. We're dropping our recon ship to take a look.
Will do, Commander. Let me know any further orders.
We're flying overhead the ruin. It's a gamma ruin, but the type of ruin is of no importance for us. What's important is the ground panel. So anywhere, let's take a look at this cluster. Okay, what do we see here? This is a beautiful bright red, but if you paid attention in the last site we've been, you will notice that this red is a little less present in the surface. It's like it's covering less area of the metal, almost like it's weird relative to the other. If we look against the light of our ship over there, we will see that the surface is much more exposed and just the internal parts of the panels are covered in the color. So this one is red, but it's more weird, right? And as before, wherever we go in the site, we have the same colors. This right here. For example, this different type of panel here. Same color, okay? So I will switch to the mothership.
Flight control transfer complete, Commander.
And we are going to go to the second ruin again using the faster than light editing. Hang in there. Alright, so we've been magically teleported to 4 kilometers from the second ruin in the planet 9A. Let's get into our Dragonfly.
Roger that. Position held.
It's so noisy. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the objective here is to show you a third pattern in these panels. This one will serve. Okay, right here. So far we have seen that they are colored. The color covers all the site, and the color has wear levels. Now in this site I'm going to show you that the color and wear levels are the same for all the sites in the same planet, just like we're seeing here. Same color, same level of wear. We don't have the all covered in red from the first site. It's just like the last site we visited. Okay, so with the magic of teleportation using a video editing tool, I'm going to teleport us to the next site in the planet 8C. Let me show you.
Fighter control transfer complete, Commander.
Okay, thank you. 8C. We're going to this site right here. Hang on for a second. Welcome to the planet 8C. It's light blue. Not so spotless and shiny as the first site, with still some wear level, but a very significant intensity. In fact, I was able to identify quite a few colors: brown, yellow, orange, green, and pink. Additionally to the ones I already showed you. And of course, I cannot forget this one, gray, the most boring one. Okay, so now that you know the colors that I have found, I have visited just a few, about a little more than 100, so maybe there are different colors to be discovered beyond the ones I already told you. But one thing is for sure, the colors have slight variations between them, so you may find a stronger version of blue, more purplish version of blue. Um, the brown sometimes seems to be related to red. Sometimes it's difficult to distinguish between brown and yellow and orange. It gets messy. It's a very complex color coding. I tried to use hex codes to identify them, but since we have wear levels, it gets very complicated to do it. So you can see how this can take a lot of time and burn a lot of neurons from our brains. So now that you know about the colors, now that you know about the panels, you may be wondering what those mean. And that's what I've been trying to find an answer for the past 2 years, and I have come with a quite interesting theory about it that I'm going to share with you in the next video, so this one will be too long, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for coming by, and see you in the next one, Commander. 07.